The history of Christmas music and why I think it sucks. This is a story I wrote called The Song That Never Ends. Imagine this. You're at a department store in mid-November. The air smells faintly of cinnamon, shoppers are buzzing around like it's a race to the finish line, and over the speakers you hear it. That same song you've been hearing every holiday season for as long as you can remember. Maybe it's Jingle Bell Rock or Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Either way, it's on repeat. And by December, it feels like it's been playing in your head for a lifetime. That moment, standing in that store, I realized something. Christmas music has become some kind of psychological loop we can't escape from. It's meant to bring joy, but why does it sometimes feel so soulless? Why does it suck the life out of the season instead of adding to its meaning? Let's dive into the history of Christmas music, its psychological impact, and why, in my opinion, it's lost its magic. Before we get started, what's up? My name's Nick Jackson, and my channel is here to give you insights on philosophy, psychology, conspiracy, and spirituality. If any of those things are interesting to you, subscribe to my channel and make sure you like the video to help push me forward in the algorithm. And if you have a thought on anything from the video, start a conversation in the comments below. Alright, let's get into it. Christmas music has been around for centuries, and its origins are fascinating. The first Christmas hymns date back to 4th century Rome, and they weren't anything like the jingles we hear today. These were solemn spiritual chants meant to celebrate the birth of Christ. Fast forward to the 13th century, and Saint Francis of Assisi popularized the concept of Christmas carols during his nativity plays. These songs were about joy, community, and spirituality. Now here's where things took a turn. By the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution and the commercialization of Christmas started shifting the focus from sacred hymns to catchy, secular tunes. Songs like Jingle Bells weren't even meant to be Christmas songs originally. They were just cheerful jingles meant to sell sheet music. And then came the 20th century, the golden age of commercial Christmas music. With songs like Bing Crosby's White Christmas in the 1940s, Christmas songs became a multi-billion-dollar industry. Today, Christmas music is less about meaning and more about marketing. Here's where it gets interesting and a little frustrating. Psychologists have studied the impact of Christmas music, and it turns out that hearing the same song over and over can actually increase holiday stress. A 2017 study found that repetitive Christmas music, especially in retail environments, creates something called the mere exposure effect. At first, the songs feel familiar and comforting, but as they're repeated, they start to lose their charm and become downright annoying. Think about it. How often do you feel genuine joy when Frosty the Snowman comes on for the 42nd time in a day? Probably not often. Instead of inspiring holiday spirit, these songs can trigger anxiety, especially for those already stressed about the holidays. Here's my take. Christmas music has lost its soul because it's become a tool for consumerism. Instead of being about connection, faith, or even joy, it's about creating the perfect background noise to make you spend money. There's a reason you hear Christmas music in stores starting in early November. It's a psychological tactic. According to a study published in the Journal of Business Research, holiday music combined with festive decor increases spending by up to 17%. But it's not just the commercialization that bothers me. It's the lack of authenticity. Most Christmas hits we hear today are about surface-level cheer. Snow, gifts, Santa Claus. Where are the songs about hope, resilience, love? Where are the songs that reflect the deeper meaning of the season? Take Silent Night, for example, written in 1818. It's simple, spiritual, and profound. Compare that to something like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. One is timeless, the other, not so much. I'll never forget the Christmas I spent away from my family. I was in a new city, feeling alone, and everywhere I went, I heard the same cheerful holiday songs. Instead of lifting my spirits, they made me feel more disconnected. I realized that these songs didn't reflect my reality or anyone's reality for that matter. Life isn't all about sleigh bells and mistletoe. But then one night, I stumbled across a group of people singing carols outside a church. They weren't professionals, and the music wasn't polished, but it was real. They sang with heart, and for the first time that season, I felt connected to something bigger than myself. That's the kind of music we're missing. Many great thinkers and artists have spoken about the power of music. Beethoven once said, "Music is the mediator between the spiritual and the sensual life." But can we say that about most modern Christmas music? Or has it just become noise? Leonard Cohen, the legendary songwriter, said, "There's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in." Maybe the problem with Christmas music today is that it doesn't embrace the cracks, the imperfections, the struggles, the real stories that make the holidays meaningful. So what can we do? How do we reclaim the spirit of Christmas music? First, let's seek out songs that resonate with us on a deeper level. There are so many incredible, lesser-known Christmas songs out there that focus on themes of hope, love, and faith. Second, let's remember that music is just one part of the season. If the constant stream of holiday jingles is driving you crazy, turn it off and create your own moments of peace and joy. And finally, let's be intentional about the way we celebrate. Christmas isn't about perfection or consumerism, it's about connection. Whether it's through music, acts of kindness, or quiet reflection, let's focus on what really matters. At the end of the day, Christmas music doesn't have to suck, but we have to dig deeper to find the songs and the meaning that matter. So the next time you hear Jingle Bells for the 100th time, ask yourself, is this lifting me up or is it just noise? And if it's just noise, maybe it's time to create your own soundtrack for the season. As always, thanks for watching. Value learning, keep growing, and success will come. If you found value in this video, share it with someone who obsesses over Christmas music. And start a conversation in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.